What's up with my APA family? It's your boy L, APA, A Prisoner's Awakening, L. You guys already know, like I said, coming through with another video. You guys already know what it is. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, guys. Do me that favor. As you can tell by the good old caption, that uña, that thumbnail, Wack 100. And so I wanted to do this video because I seen him speak on Lefty Gunplay on No Jumper, right? Adam 22, porn star in 22. And I wanted to do this because, there is some things that I got caught up in back then when he did the whole thing with Tres, and how the thing that I did not agree with back then was how he got down in the gutter and started saying some racist shit, right? I understand why he said what he said. I don't condone it, but I understand why. Once motherfuckers, I beefed it with dudes on YouTube, right? Once you get to a level, especially you feel disrespected, and you open up that can of worms, ain't no putting them back in, So I understand that, but he was still wrong for that. But this is where he was right. So the thing that I'm alluding to right now is he went on No Jumper, and apparently Adam asked him about Lefty Gunplay, and he said something about how first of all, he was addressing the beef with Lefty Gunplay, which really there's no beef as far as I'm concerned. Going off what he's saying, Adam asked him about Lefty Gunplay. Do you know Lefty Gunplay? Something along those lines. And he's like, man, that dude had never shot nobody. And if you're gonna take his words, whether you take him with a grain of salt or not, if you're gonna take him at face value, what he said was, when I said those things, I thought Adam was just making up some random ass name. I thought he was trolling me. I thought he was fucking with me. And I could understand why he thought that way, because when I first heard the name Lefty Gunplay, I was like, what the fuck? Like, Lefty Gunplay? Like, don't get me started. Don't get me started on that, man. No disrespect to Lefty Gunplay. It is what it is, man. Like, that's not a name you hear on the daily. You know what I'm saying? That, to me, it sounds like somebody trying too hard to be from the streets, right? But, it's caught on. The dude is a rapper. He's done time in debate, from what I understand. He's done real time. It is what it is, Me personally, when it comes to Lefty, I feel he's like a little strange, bro. Like, honestly, like, I feel he's a little strange. Yeah, I seen a lot of homies like that I seen a few homies like that in my neighborhood, and a gang of homies in the prison system that have the whole thing where motherfuckers think he's high all the time and shit. He has that mannerisms. Like I said, no disrespect. That's just the truth. For those of you guys that don't know, new to the channel, I spent 15 years in prison, 13 and a half on the main line. Fortunately, went to the other side. It is what it is. Never told on anybody my whole goddamn life. Stayed strong as much as I could. But, the politics to be is the reason why I'm doing this video. So, Wack 100, back when he did the whole Tres thing, I agreed. I said it on my videos on my last channel before it got hacked and deleted and all that shit. Wack 100 was not wrong for him saying that he didn't want to sign a Sureño rapper, or even a Norteño rapper for that matter. And I agree with them 100%. 100%. I've said it before on my channel. Anybody involved with the Mexican Mafia or Nuestra Familia, with all due respect to those factions, can never, ever, and will never have true control over their career. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Right now, they're doing their thing. They're on YouTube. They're blowing up a little bit. They're doing their thing. They're making some good money. And maybe, they're showing some love out of their quota, if they're plugged in with somebody or not. It doesn't matter. Wack 100 has dudes like The Game, I think Blueface, dudes that are known, right? And for a dude of his stature, whether he has a big mouth or not, it's irrelevant. For a dude like Wack 100 that actually knows celebrities, celebrity rappers, things like that, he's not going to freaking sign on to somebody sign somebody onto him that has no control over his career decisions. He mentioned he could get ran up on any time, and he has, from what he said. And I understand exactly what he's talking about. Look at that shit that dude Bozo, and when I say Bozo, I'm not just saying his name, the payaso, the clown dude. That's some bozo shit right there, bro. You pull up with the other fucking bozo ass motherfucker, American Cholo, flexing with X amount of homies. Like, the fuck? Like, what kind of shit is that, bro? Like, I never agreed with shit like that, bro. Like, and you know, obviously me, I'm a dropout, whatnot. Put in more work than any of these motherfuckers that are probably rapping this shit. If you're really out there gunplaying, and I don't say this because of Lefty, I'm talking about like legitimately gunplaying, shooting, things like that, stabbing, whatever the hell you're doing, you're not gonna be out for long. You know, we all know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was putting in work in my neighborhood, putting in work in the prison system, did several shoot terms, and I wasn't even a lifer, you know? And that's why, to me, it's like, my channel is predominantly based on trying to keep youngsters away from that shit, the gangs and things like that. But I'm kind of steering into other topics as well that actually are related to these type of topics. And this is how it's related to me. Like first of all these raps, and this is why I don't listen to Chicano rap, a homie rap, Sureño rap, whatever rap, and any Hispanic rap. Or even any type of rap for the most part, because I just don't I don't identify with that anymore. Back in the day, I grew up banging in the 90s, bro, late 90s, early thousands, boom, that was my time. Got locked up 2004 2019, then my prison term. It's just like, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers can say that motherfuckers on some preacher shit and all that. I'm not religious. You know, I just trying to knock some sense into the youngsters before they get into that hole and they realize that lifestyle is not what it is all. Anybody right now, any 18-year-old right now, 19-year-old, 20-year-old and down, that is out there banging, let alone rapping, stick to rapping. Because you're better off rapping. Don't put in work. I know you're going to talk about rap, how you put it in work, but don't do it, because if you do it, you're going to get snatched up. And you get snatched up, you're going to end up like Money Sign Suede. Rest in peace with that dude. You know? And this is why Wack 100 will not sign a Sureño, because the señores are the ones that have control over anything that has to do with money. And if you claim to be from a barrio, a neighborhood, you claim to be a Sureño, an active Sureño, they control your life. Period. You can try to justify it like, that's a big homie, I'm gonna send my respects to him. It's all good. I get it. I've been there, I've done that, bro. I've assisted in the blocks, I've had blocks in the shoe. I've been there, I've done that, bro. Mess shit, all that. And to me, it's just like, I do not think it's racist of Wack 100 to say that he won't focus Sureños based on some politics. You know, it's politics, bro. That dude's smart for not doing that. You know, because imagine you sign on a Sureño and he blows up. He blows up to like fucking major status. Millions of dollars in contracts. The señor is going to be like, oh, okay, all right. Sureño right there, under the umbrella, under the trece, cool. Good shit. I need mines. Especially what area, whatever señor from whatever area that dude's from, maybe 2-3 señores that work with each other, boom, they're going to want that piece of the pie. And if you approach somebody, and you want something that they feel, another race, or like a manager like Wack, and they feel like you ain't on this, you know, like, and you asking for X amount of thing, or if you demand it, they're gonna be like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? And what's gonna happen? Not only is the rapper gonna get messed up, they're gonna sabotage the rapper's career, like he said, stab his brother, stab his dad if he's in prison, do X amount of damage. And then that's not even to mention what war they could start with that race. Now, I'm not saying that you know, the señores, man, some of the señores are very intelligent, super intelligent, if not all. I'm just saying. They could be humble, modest, and being like, you know what, hey, just show me some love, boom. But it's very hard for you to have $1 million rapper, right? And you just expecting cariño. Like before, for example, back in the Mesa system, back in prison when I was like halfway through my prison system, they stopped that, hey, I want a third of everything. They stopped that. And it went from that to something reasonable, like hey, just show some cariño. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to take a third from somebody. It's kind of hard for me to believe that they're not going to want to take a third of somebody's profits just because they're under their umbrella. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, there's so many different scenarios. No disrespect, like I said, it's just so different scenarios. And Wack 100 and his homeboys that have been in prison and all that, he's been locked up in prison too. They know how we operate. Our politics are just more vicious. They're more vicious, bro. And there's teeth behind the words. You know what I'm saying? It's not all bark, no bite. It's fucking bark and bite. In many cases, for the most part, it's no bark and no bite. You know, like, so I just want to do this video and say Wack 100 may be what he is, but on this point, he is not wrong. He is not wrong. The reason he won't sign individuals is because of that threat and that fear. He has every right to have fear. That doesn't make him a weenie. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody that on here that tells me they don't feel fear is a lying ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because without fear, there could be no courage. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for fear, there could be no courage, because you overcome your fear to be courageous and be a brave ass man. So it's okay to have fear. You know what I'm saying? It keeps you on your toes. You know what I'm saying? It keeps you sharp. It keeps you going. You know? And when it comes to any chance, in my opinion, for the Sureño rappers, actives, to have any type of chance of a career, a real record label, I'm talking about like Interscope, I'm talking about a real record label, Aftermath, things like that, is if they have somebody that is reasonable. Like, I would say this: a certain individual, señor, that controls the area, that agrees to, you know, something business-wise, something reasonable, something, you know, minimal, and giving their contribution to this, because their contribution is going to be very minimal when it comes to somebody's career, because the artist is the one singing, rapping, putting out the content, and the manager's the one pushing it out there, getting deals, representing, advertising, all that. So if another third party comes in, their contribution is going to be minimal. You know what I'm saying? So unless they're willing to take something to make this whole thing work, if they actually get on hip to the skip and actually are smart about it, they're not going to be bullies. They're not going to try to demand too much of the piece of the pie. Because let's just say, if they actually are reasonable and open up a door to where they're no longer a threat or deterrent for real managers out there to represent the raza, Sureños, to where they're not afraid of signing a Sureño rapper based off of this dude's gonna get greedy, or they're not gonna allow him to succeed because they want too much money. If they were to have like a small percentage, obviously, like I said, something reasonable but not unreasonable at the same time, and the street dudes that are representing rappers, if you could get it to that point where they're not going to be a hindrance in that, man, Sureño rappers could actually thrive. They could actually thrive. But there's that fear that the powers that be, the organizations, are going to overreach, and not to mention how they beef it with each other, because, you know, when it comes to greed and money and all that, it's all bad. Imagine if one señor, one individual has control of a rapper that blows up like fucking Snoop Dogg status or any big status. Imagine what their brothers are going to be like. Hey, I want some of that. I want some of that. I want some of that. They're going to be vying against each other to get that piece of the pie. And that's why dudes do not want to get involved, you know. But anyways, hit that like button, hit the subscribe. Appreciate you guys tapping in. I had to drop this video, you know, because I just had to drop it, you know, because I had a formula, man. I wanted to get out. I tried everything I could at Proactive. Unfortunately, it wasn't in the books. I would still be doing life if that was the case. 13.5 years in the mainline was enough for me. It wasn't in the cards. You guys know my situation. It is what it is. You guys be good. I'm out. APA.